Yo, 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 what's happening, Commonwealth fam? Great to be here. Let's just wait for some people to tune in. I see Tony's here and I see James is here. Yeah, let's just wait for some guys to tune in, but good to be here. In the meantime, we may as well have a conversation so that when people do tune in, they understand that we are here. Tony, you all right? You had a good week?
Hey, John. Hi, everyone. Yeah, we had a very good week, very busy week, as you know, getting ready for the sale next week. But yeah, very productive one. What about yourself? What did you get up to?
Yeah, I've been busy as well. Every other NFT sale out there, so excited to see how it's going to play out by doing it over a 9-day period. But yeah, other than that, things are great. James, you there? I think you're on mute if you are there.
Yeah, I'm here.
How's things going your side?
How's it going, guys? Yeah, great. How are you, John?
Yeah, all good, all good.
Yeah, you were cutting in and out a little bit for me. I don't know if it was my side or if it was your side, but I guess there's nothing we can do about that. I think Twitter's been a bit finicky lately, but yeah, good to be here. Nice to see there's some more people joining. Hi to everyone who's joining. Welcome to the Commonwealth Spaces today.
Yeah, John, you were fading out for me as well, actually.
Oh, okay. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's consistent now.
Yeah, it's fine now.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, great. Does anyone know if Kyle's joining today?
He was due to join. Yeah, I'm just messaging him now to see if he will be joining us, but he had planned to for sure.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. Great.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we should just get started and talk a little bit about what's happening on Monday, how exactly it's going to work. And then when more people join, we can get a little bit more stuck into the finer details. But yeah, so Tony, can you tell us exactly what's happening on Monday? We're obviously doing our Gen 2 NFT sale. Can you tell us where people can go to mint it and how much it's going to cost? How many people can mint? Everything else?
Sure. Yeah, we're in the final stages of testing the sale contracts today, actually. And then what's going to happen on Monday morning is we will be deploying the smart contracts onto mainnet just ahead of opening up the sale. And the way the sale will work, there's two parts to it. On each day for 9 days, we will have a 1 hour window when the whitelist and free mint folks are able to take advantage of the sale. And then at the end of that hour, we open up for 9 hours to the public for public sale. And that'll be the same process for each of the 9 days. You'll be able to mint by going to genesis.commonwealth.io. Again, you can link there, get the links from the website also, and they're also, of course, going to be pinned in the community channels. If you go there now, you can see our lovely countdown is eagerly counting down towards Monday. So 2 days, 18 hours and 54 minutes approximately before we commence. And yeah, then the total supply then available over the course of the sale is 8,991. However, if on any given day, if the supply is not sold out on that day, because each day it's an allocation of 999 NFTs each day. So if on a given day we don't sell out of the supply on that day, the unsold NFTs will be removed from the supply. So it will be deflationary across the sale period. And that, of course, means that the pool of wealth tokens that are allocated to the NFTs will then be divided quite differently among a lower number of NFT holders. So it could be quite an exciting week. So looking forward to seeing how everything goes.
Yeah, brilliant. So I think everyone's really excited for it and excited to see exactly how it's going to work. And yeah, just for guys that are new to the community and don't understand the difference between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2 NFTs and why there is two different collections, maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. So the difference between the two are, well, obviously the first generation were sold at a higher price point. So they have slightly different utility in that they have a share of, I believe it's 12% of the profit share. They also get a generous allocation of well tokens. I believe it's 44,000 tokens each. So that's fixed for each NFT. The Series 2, which are going on sale on Monday, was a decision we made to make them kind of more accessible to a wider audience. So they're going to go on sale at $99 each. They have a 3% profit share between them, and the actual allocation of tokens for each of those NFTs will entirely depend on how many are sold over the 9-day period. Does that cover everything, John? Did I miss anything?
Yeah, you've explained it perfectly well. That's great. I've just had quite a few people, asking what's the difference between the $500 one and the $99 one, and why there's been two different NFT collections. And I think, the main reason that there is a second collection and it's priced slightly differently is so that we can allow access to more people. $500 is a high entry point for most people. $99 is also a substantial amount of money, but we try to make it more affordable for a wider audience of people, and that's why we're having the second collection. Cool. And Tony, you want to tell us a little bit about any updates that have been happening with the app in the last week?
Yeah, well, there's not much happening on the app now at the moment because it's all eyes on the sale piece, needless to say. So over the last week or so, we made a couple of minor UX improvements to the staking page that was launched last week. And then in addition to that, we've been working on the minting and the sales pages for next week. And then really it's all hands on deck on the smart contract side of things. So not much work on the platform itself this week other than some UX work. It seems pretty energized, but it was a lot more complicated this time round with our sale contract, just given the very different scope of the sale and the different parameters. But we're very confident in it now, and I'll be very relieved myself on Monday once the deployment is complete. I won't be able to relax until then, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sure you've been working really hard on it for a long time, so I'm sure you're going to have a lot of relief when everything starts playing out. Cool, guys. In the meantime, this is a very small community spaces we're doing here. You guys are all part of the spaces, so would love to have questions. That's why we host these spaces for the community. So if anyone's got any questions, please raise your hand and just we'll bring you up at any point. Anything else you want to update us on, Tony, besides what you've already told us about?
No, I was just going to say, though, I don't think Kyle is going to join us here today. And I just wanted to remind everyone, I have to go in about 20 minutes to complete the deployment. So I just thought maybe, I know we've got a few other pieces on the agenda for today, John, but I thought perhaps we might want to take some questions now in case there's anything I can answer for anyone on the technical side before I have to jump off. But what do you think? What's the best way to handle it?
I think Kyle is here, Tony.
Oh, fantastic. Kyle's joined us. Brilliant. Welcome, Kyle.
Just requested to speak.
Welcome, great stuff.
I wanted to mention a few things from my side, and I know that Tony just said that he's limited with time and he'd like some technical questions, and I'm sure guys can prep that in the background. But I've just spent some time over the past few days, I'm spending a little bit of time going through the Commonwealth Medium page. And at the time, when all that content was being built, I didn't really understand why all that content was being built when we didn't really have, a big audience. And just going through some of those pieces, it's just become really apparent to me that, there's such relevant content out there the Commonwealth have created to kind of get guys up to speed and give them real insights into the inner workings of a VC. I have personally experience on the VC side, and I've been fortunate enough to do great multiples on some projects, and I think that's the kind of whole ethos of Commonwealth, is to bring guys together who previously didn't have those types of opportunities, and the types of upside that has been made in the past by these guys who have been accredited investors or VCs or whatever the case may be. And digging into the medium, it really kind of explains that quite well. So I just wanted to put that out there. If anyone hasn't visited the Commonwealth Medium page, it's really worth taking a dive into to see what's kind of possible from this protocol.
Yeah, thanks for that, James. That's very useful. I think a lot of people, have been a little bit confused because there's a lot of messaging going out there, but the Medium articles do explain most of it. So yeah, thanks for that. That's a great point. Kyle, how are you? Are you good today?
Yeah, doing all right. How you guys doing?
Yeah, good. Are you feeling a bit better? I know you said you were feeling a bit under the weather for the last few days.
Yeah, on the path to recovery. I got some good rest today. I'm sure I'll be good to go by weekend, end of the weekend.
Yeah, fantastic. Great. Are you excited for the mint that's coming up on Monday?
Yes, I plan on participating. And I know a lot of people that reach out to me that said that they felt bad that they missed the Gen 1 because the Gen 1 took so long, and I told they just waited too long, and then all of a sudden it sold out. And so I believe that quite a few people I know are really excited to be able to get another opportunity to get in as one of the kind of quote unquote co-founders of Commonwealth.
Yeah, it's interesting because I had a look at the secondary sales of the Gen 1 just before I came onto the spaces, and there's like 0.4% listed, and I think the cheapest one now is like zero point 0.8 ETH, and then there's a couple at 1 ETH, and then after that there's just nothing for sale. So, our community that we have is very loyal, and doesn't seem like anyone's interested in selling, even though they could go and double their money or even more than double their money. I think they're selling at like $1,300 now, and guys paid $500, and there's just no sellers, which is a great sign because most of the NFT market is struggling quite a bit, and things have been selling off. So it's great to see that our collection is holding, and I just think it shows testament to what the Commonwealth team have been doing and what Tony's been building in the background.
Yeah, also the fact that the Commonwealth NFT has real value, like a lot of it, not just like, oh, you get to access this Discord group, yay, and but actual real value, and I think that if you bought it, I mean, if you bought a couple of them to flip one so that you would maybe make your investment back or something, okay, fine. But like if you bought these things, and moving forward too, I still believe if you're just trying to flip these things for it, you might make a quick 2 or 3x, but man, I do believe you'll be kicking yourself in the butt. Not financial advice in the long run. People, if they really understand what these things do, it's impressive.
Yeah, that's what I was saying the other day on one of the other spaces that I was on. People were kind of asking why the NFTs are struggling so much at the moment. And I think people are kind of getting sick and tired of getting airdropped another monkey or another, dinosaur or like whatever it is. These projects promise so much, but it's been like a year and a half, and the only utility that's really come out is another PFP pick. So I think that's where we are very different to other NFT projects out there, even though we are not an NFT project. As Kyle said in some of the other spaces before, your NFT is kind of like a representation of a SAFT, of you buying a seed round into Commonwealth. So yeah, it's very different to all other NFTs out there, and I hope people are starting to understand what our NFT is compared to other NFTs out there. Cool. Yeah, as I said, guys, if anyone's got any questions, we've got a very small audience here. We'd love to answer them. That's exactly why we're doing the spaces. It's to answer your questions. So please do come up. Don't be shy. We will be giving away a few whitelist spots and maybe 1 or 2 free mints as well. So yeah, please come ask some questions.
Nobody's curious today, eh?
Seems like everyone's a bit quiet, which is a good thing. I think our messaging is getting across. No one's got any questions.
We hope. No, but it's kind of funny. I was thinking to James's point earlier, like we've always known that one of our biggest challenges with Commonwealth was going to be the complexity of what we're trying to deal with, not just on the investment side, but even on the innovation we're bringing, kind of with the infrastructure and the protocol. So, and that's proven to be the case. It's a complex beast, and I think that's where we're going to have a lot of work to do. And we really need the community's help to help, find those weak spots and help refine and tease out the clarity that's needed. Because it's an important thing we're doing, but it's a lot of complexity, a lot of moving pieces, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Tony, just one more question. I see we do have someone coming to ask a question now, but in the interim, I just wanted to ask, can you do this mint in USDC, USDT, ETH, BNB, or is it only one currency? Could you just tell us a little bit
Sure.
about that?
It's only USDC. We had hoped to add support for ETH, DAI, perhaps even Wrap Bitcoin, but we didn't get it in, unfortunately. So still USDC only for this mint.
Fantastic. Thank you. Cool. Sorry, do you have a question, Almost Speaker?
Oh, yeah. Hi there. Thanks for taking my question. I've got a bit of a dodgy connection. I don't know if it's my end, but it keeps cutting out a lot, so apologies if that happens. This is sort of directed towards Tony. The YouTube video the other day that sort of just demoed the app that's coming out. Will there be a sort of demo period for the community to test it out before it goes fully live, or is it just going fully live?
No, 100% there will be. We're actually planning on doing 2 beta tests, at least one closed, potentially both closed. They would be open to, obviously, the NFT holders and potentially a wider set of the community. But we don't have exact dates, but I would expect sometime in August, September, we would certainly be inviting folks to join the beta. But actually, one of the things I'm working on at the moment is we're actually hoping to do some deeper dives on specific parts of the product between now and launch, kind of starting in June. We're actually planning on bringing the dev team into some of these conversations as well, perhaps even doing some small scale demos, even bringing some of you guys in to help with user testing, for example. So we plan on being very open about that. It'll just be a kind of a gradual process over the next weeks and months. But absolutely, there will be at least one beta for sure.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, nice work on the website. The countdown's up on my computer at the moment.
Yeah, it's nice talking on mine too. I can't take my eyes off it.
Yeah, thanks very much. Cheers.
Cheers. Do we have any more questions? Any more takers?
Yeah, I saw someone else did request to speak. I don't know what happened there. Tony, just while we wait for someone else to come up, maybe just tell us. Sorry, I keep asking all the questions to you, but I think you're the technical guy, so you understand exactly how everything works. Yeah, so there's going to be whitelists for the first hour. Is that correct? Of each day?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say, for example, I hold a whitelist. I've been given a whitelist spot, and it comes Monday, and half an hour, into the sale, I log onto my computer and I see that the project, the 999, is sold out. What does that mean? Can I use the whitelist again the following day?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely, you can, John. Yeah, it's a rolling whitelist. So once you're on the whitelist, your name stays on it until you've used up your spot, or if you're really unfortunate and got through all 9 days and didn't get any NFTs, you'll be taken off at the end. But yeah, it's a rolling whitelist, so it's pretty flexible. But once it's used, it's gone. So if you're planning on buying a significant number of NFTs, for example, buy it in one transaction. If you're on the whitelist spot, don't assume you can use it twice. You know what I mean?
Okay, great, fantastic. And then I presume that people that were allocated a free mint will also be able to mint within that first hour.
Correct.
Is that also valid for all 9 days or just the first day?
No, all 9 days. It works exactly the same as the other whitelist. It'll roll over day to day until you use up the spot. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
John, from my side, I just wanted to mention something, maybe stimulate a little bit of debate. I've had a couple of questions and seen some comments, people talking about, VC access to the project. And obviously, Commonwealth prides itself on the fact that it's, community owned and it hasn't done any, sales outside of the NFT, and, it's a fair launch. However, we obviously are giving the opportunity for anyone to buy the NFTs. So, if VCs did want to come in and purchase a few of the NFTs or a lot of the NFTs, which I think is why it's important for individuals who know about the project now to, get themselves on the whitelist and to kind of, make sure that they've got a chance to mint themselves. Because, it's not like the project is going to hold back from allowing VCs to come in and buy 100 at a time, but they're obviously not being given any kind of preference.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, if I look back at the first sale that was done, at the end of last year, that kind of ran up until February, there would be days where there wouldn't be any sales, and then all of a sudden, 200 would sell at once, and it would be, who knows who it was. We don't have access to that information. You can just see a wallet address. But people come and buy 200 at once, 100 at once, 50 at once, and then you've obviously got individuals that buy one or two. So yeah, it is a good point. I would try and get yourself on a whitelist so that you have more chance of minting, because I think that the same sort of thing will happen. You'll get people minting one or two, and then you'll get a VC or a whale coming along and buying 200-300 at once, and that kind of takes up 30% of the sale for the entire day. Anyways, yeah, that was a good point, James. Thanks for that. I see there's someone in the audience that's requested to speak. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. A very good afternoon to you from South Africa. While I want to commend your work, it's quite innovative, and I believe that as it has been named Commonwealth, it will be a thing of no regret for the wider audience, to the community. I'm here to join the movement, and I do hope that I think I came to the realization of this quite late. So maybe that's why I was unable to get into the first meeting process. So my question is in line, and I've seen in your comment or in the discussion earlier that there are quite few NFTs that are listed, many didn't list. The NFTs that are not willing to sell. I hope that it's not as if one person is holding on to a lot of NFTs. But it seems that a particular instance have gone. Is it that it's the only way for any other person that have missed the first mint to come on board is to buy on the OpenSea? And then this meeting that is coming ahead, I see that the number is quite low. And if everyone from the first mint decide to mint the second mint, it means that many people like me will not be able to mint. Is that the way it is? What would you like to say about that?
Yeah, first of all, did you say you're from South Africa?
Absolutely.
Yeah, welcome. We a couple of guys from the founding team are from South Africa as well, so great to have you here. Yeah, we've actually got quite a large holder count. There was 2,000 NFTs in the first sale, and if you go and look, it's transparent. You can see there's 584 holders, which means that some guys might have 20 in their wallet, but there's a lot of people that only have one. So we definitely don't have 5 or 6 whales that are holding all of them. And that's you can go look on OpenSea. You can see how many different wallets are holding these. I think the reason why there's such a limited amount listing, first of all, most people are holding this to get the 44,000 wealth tokens, which they'll only get on TGE. Also, a large percentage of these have been staked. So if you stake these, you get 27 wealth tokens a day. So yeah, I think the people that bought this, they took a chance. They bought it before there was a website, before there was a light paper. They kind of just took Kyle's word for it. They bought it on blind faith. And now they've been through the pain of kind of taking a chance. They've seen how incredible the website looks and how incredible the team is and exactly what's underneath the hood. I don't think they see any point in selling it, especially for, $1,300-$1,400 when they paid $500 for it. If you go look at some of the other NFTs that are selling for 1 or 2 ETH in the same sort of price bracket as a Gen 1, you can't compare the utility to what, the Gen 1 Commonwealth are offering compared to some of the other, sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but crap that's out there. Your question was very good about what happens if everyone does mint? Well, there's only 567 or 87 holders, which means that they will all be whitelisted. I can guarantee you that not all of them will mint. And there's 8,991 Gen 2s available. So I'm sure you will have a chance to mint. And if you don't, which I'll be very surprised by, you'll be able to buy it on the secondary market for, I'm guessing somewhere around $200. It's a pure guess, but just to keep your concerns at bay, I will give you a whitelist because you asked the question. So if you could just drop your wallet address to the official Commonwealth Twitter, I'll make sure that you're whitelisted. And actually, you know what? Because you're from South Africa and because you have concerns and because you really want to be part of this project, I'm going to give you a free mint, which means you'll be guaranteed to get one and you just have to pay for the gas. So yeah, please drop your address to the official Commonwealth Twitter and I will make sure that you get a free mint.
Wow. Thank you very much for that. I quite appreciate that. Thanks a lot, Jonathan. I appreciate that, but if you still, I appreciate that. I'll drop my address as soon as possible. Thank you very much. And
cool.
shout out
did that answer all your questions, by the way? I didn't mean to veer off and just give you a free mint. Does it answer your questions or do you want me to elaborate anymore?
No. You see, the question I raised, your explanation, I've covered it. I've also known some of these things that, there is some things that are limited that can be done. But you gave a very concise and explanatory response to at least to the benefit, to the understanding of the wider audience as well. And definitely, you know what you're doing, and I so much appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, this isn't a pump and dump project. This isn't a project where, $100,000 has been spent on like shitty KOLs that are just promoting a project so that a few people can, make a quick buck. So we don't have a gigantic community. If you go look at our Telegram, I think we've got 1,000 people there. There's no bots. It's all real people that are interested in the project. Our Twitter is also, no bots. It's got somewhere around 9 or 10,000 people that we've been growing for the last 7 or 8 months very organically. So I don't think that this is going to be minted out in seconds like some other NFT projects in the bull market did. But it's also not going to be like the other NFT projects where it mints out in seconds. It does a 5 or 10x in the secondary market. A whole lot of retail guys go and buy this thing for $800 at 8x the mint price, and then the next day it's sitting at zero. So I think this will be a slow process when it comes to growth. As far as minting out, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know exactly how quickly it's going to mint out. But we've got a system in place where after 9 hours, whatever isn't minted out gets removed from the circulation. I mean, I'd like to say it gets burnt, but they're not minted yet. So if only 300 NFTs get minted on the first day, the other 699 will be removed from circulation. And this is the last NFT collection we ever doing as well, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the explanation. And another thing that I quite find amusing is the fact that even prior to these particular spaces that you are doing, like the marketing, there has been some kind of engagement to the people that have the information, like prior to design of your website. You said Commonwealth has already started, and I think I had something of I think I heard why Carl was making a presentation somewhere, but I think I didn't pay much attention to it. Maybe that was why I missed out on that. So the fact that it has been going on the ground, slow, steady, quality assurance is being put into play, and so many things is happening. So I feel that there is so much value that may come into play in the future. So I'm not even thinking that this is a pump and dump project at all. So
Yeah,
I
for
like
sure.
to be part of this particular stage, and that you even give me ability to mint free. I'm not going to take it for granted. I love to be part of the community in one way or the other. So let's see how we grow, and I see a very big future for this project. Another thing that I want to ask is, what are the plans for, like, right now we're hearing something about the Bitcoin virtual machine, all those kind of things. What are are you capturing some of these things, because everything there is still experimental? What are your thoughts, your long-term thought for those kind of markets, things like that? What would you say?
If I can just mention something about that, I mean, the past few weeks and months, there's been so much exciting things happening on Bitcoin with ordinals and BRC20, talk of smart contracts and DEXs and all these exciting things. Commonwealth is an Ethereum-based project. However, the investment pools will invest into, different narratives. So if there's a great narrative that's happening on BTC, in some weeks or months after the protocol's launch, and the council members come together and want to create a fund around that, then everyone will get the benefits of accessing those types of projects, and all of the carry and the upside of that will come back into the protocol to be distributed amongst the community. So yeah, whatever narratives are hot, we'll always be at the forefront of. We're planning on getting the best people to lead that council. And of course, Bitcoin and BRC20 is a hot narrative right now, and if it's still a hot narrative with potential upside, then Commonwealth will certainly invest in that.
Yeah, thanks for that, James. That was a great answer. Thanks for your questions, man. We look forward to having you part of the community, and we're sorry you missed out on the first mint, but you're still very, very early, so you haven't missed out on much. I think we're going to have to say goodbye to Tony. He's got places to be
Yeah.
and things to build. So, Tony, thanks so much for your time. I know you're a very, very busy man. We really appreciate you coming out here and explaining to the community what's happening behind the scenes. So thanks.
No, my pleasure. And actually, just one thing before I go is just to urge everybody who holds a Series 1 to upgrade as soon as possible, because you're missing out on daily rewards by not staking your Series 1 up until TGE. And likewise, everybody who purchases the Series 2 NFTs next week, you can immediately go and start staking those for daily rewards also. So maybe we can post the link to the upgrade page and the staking page for everyone. I'm sure they're probably pinned in the community channel already, actually. But yeah, if you haven't staked already, please go and upgrade and stake. Get those daily rewards. Thanks, John. Thanks, James. And Kyle, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, awesome, Tony.
Cheers,
Thanks.
guys.
Have a great weekend. Cool. Cool. Who's next? I see we've got some more requests. I can't see your name, but I think it's Earthlink. Do you have a question?
Yes. No, everyone seems gone. Well, not everyone, but Kyle and Tony. Yeah, my question is rather non-technical, so it would have been maybe also for Kyle, or maybe you can answer it. As a Gen 1 NFT holder, as it was said before, I bought a few a long time ago, just holding them, not planning to sell them. I wonder when like the main product is launching, like the investment funds, if there's any date, any estimation, when the investments funds will launch, and if it depends on the market, if you maybe wait for a bull market, or if there's any strategy about this, or any plan.
Yeah, good question. So we're planning on doing the TGE of the wealth token somewhere in the next 3 to 6 months. I don't want to give an exact date. I know that our COO is aiming for the next 3 months, but I would hate to be held to that. So I would say, to be safe, 3 to 6 months. And then soon after that, we will launch one of our first pools. It's a good question about the bear and the bull market. You know, if we're getting offered really good deals through our council members at a seed round, it doesn't really matter if it's in a bear market. You know, the best projects in the world are built in a bear market. So no, we're not going to hold back. If a really good project is presented to us and it passes the DD of the DAO, then we will go ahead and deploy into projects, and then we will create a pool, whether it's a DeFi fund or whether it's a Web3 gaming fund, or it might be, you know, as James was saying earlier, we might do like a Bitcoin fund. They will be up and running as soon as TGE has happened. So I would say a month after TGE has happened, we will look to start our first fund. But I mean, I speak under correction, and don't hold me to any of these things, but those are the plans behind the scenes.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So it means that at best, this year, and at worst, I guess 2024.
Yeah, no, we will have it. We will have our first fund up and running sometime this year still.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Question.
Also, just wanted to mention that John mentioned the Commonwealth COO, and the reason he couldn't be here today was because he's currently at a big VC event in New York. A lot of these guys have made so much money over the years that they kind of these conferences from time to time, and Tim's speaking to those guys about coming onto the council of Commonwealth. And the way that it'll work with the council is the council. These guys obviously get offered so many projects and have been offered so many projects over the years. They get preferential access, and these guys will get that type of access to a project, and then they'll propose it to the DAO. And as NFT holders and members of the DAO, everyone can then vote on which opportunities get put forward as an investment. So it's another benefit of holding the NFT, is that obviously you will become part of the governance of the project, which is quite exciting.
Almost done. Do you have a question? You're on mute if you do have a question. Okay, we'll come back to you. Will you bring up Brian and Denise? There we go. Brian,
Hi.
once you're connected, go ahead.
Yes, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Great,
you.
thanks a lot. Yeah, brilliant work you guys are doing. I must say it's quite unique. I just wanted to know just two things basically. Wanted to know, firstly, why Ethereum? Why did you guys decide to build on ETH?
That's a very good question that unfortunately I can't answer. James, do you have any idea why the...
Well, of course. I mean, Ethereum is currently, the biggest community and the most decentralized protocol that offers, smart contracts and, the ability to build these types of products. I will say that, as far as I'm aware, of course, the NFTs are on Ethereum, which is obviously has the most volume. However, there are a lot of discussions in the background about, potentially building out the protocol on a layer 2. There's been mention of Arbitrum, and there's been meetings held with Arbitrum. There's been, talk about Polygon, and some of the other, ZK opportunities. So, it will be built on the Ethereum, as the base layer, but, it may very well be on one of the layer 2s.
Oh, great.
By the way, it sounds like are you from Cape Town, Brian?
Yeah, I'm from Cape Town.
Cool, yeah.
Very cool, man.
Okay.
Why did you
great,
ask
thanks,
about Ethereum? What was your suggestion
Yeah,
around
that's-
that, Brian?
Well, that's exactly, you answered it in the second part when you said about you're looking into Arbitrum and possibly Polygon and so on. I just wanted to know if there is a future scope for expanding to other layers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely in the.
Yeah, James, your connection's a bit bad there. Yeah, Brian, thanks very much for your question. Please, will you send your address to the official Commonwealth Twitter, and we will get you a whitelist, and you can use it as you wish. Thanks very much.
Thanks. Do I DM it or post it on the...
Yeah, just send a DM to the official Commonwealth and just say that you won a whitelist at our AMA.
Okay, thanks a lot. Just one more thing quickly.
Brian.
Is it possible to have more than one NFT? It's probably a stupid question, but yeah.
Yeah, you can mint multiple, and you can stake them. As you mint them, you can go and stake them, and you will earn rewards up until TGE.
Yeah.
And then once TGE happens, you will have to unstake them. You won't earn rewards after TGE.
Okay, thanks for the explanation.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Guys.
Look forward to having you part of the community.
Appreciate it.
Denise, do you have a question? Sorry, Dennis, do you have a question?
Yeah, hello guys. Dennis, my name. Good afternoon from Germany. I just wanted to ask you guys, where do I can find some whitelist spots, because I'm quite along. I've been long in the crypto game, but not the NFT space. It's kind of like the first time really where I've been looking into something like this, because I was more on the altcoins and all the other stuffs on crypto aspects, and I wanted to ask you guys, which I heard the term whitelist the first time. It's kind of funny to me, but is this like a pre-order kind of thing? Only the people who are on the whitelist can buy the NFTs, or is it like you mentioned in your website, everybody is allowed to be on to buy the NFTs?
Yeah, very, very good question. So each day we are going to be minting 999 NFTs for a period of 9 days. And we don't know exactly how the sale is going to go and what demand there's going to be. So we've opened a whitelist for people that have been participating in our AMAs and our community, interacting with our tweets, asking questions, and we've been giving them a whitelist. So for the first hour of minting each day, the guys that hold a whitelist will be able to mint first, and then after 1 hour, for the remaining 8 hours, the public will be able to mint. So that's the advantage of having a whitelist. And because you've asked the question, just send a DM to the official Commonwealth Twitter, and I will make sure that you get a whitelist. And then you can use it. You can use it any day for the first 9 days. So if you go and try and use it on day 1 and it's sold out, then you can go back in day 2 and your whitelist will still be valid, but you can only use it once.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I found out about you guys a couple of weeks ago. I was really amazed about your projects and the feature that comes along with it. I following Joe Parrish quite a long time on YouTube, and he made a video about you guys a couple of days ago, and that was a no-brainer for me that I come along with this journey. You know, I want to be a part of this journey, and it's quite a game changer in the NFTs. And it's the first time really I'm amazed by NFT projects because like you mentioned before, it's quite a pump and dump kind of thing. You know, it's not very secure in the past, and I appreciate it that you're giving me a spot. Thank you very much.
Yeah, awesome, man. It's going to be great to have you part of the community. I mean, you know, we've been in the space for a long time and we've seen all the faults that have been happening, and we're trying to create a project that is sustainable for a long period of time. And we've kind of been, you know, our motto has been like, let's kind of under promise and over deliver. So that's what we're hoping to do. We can't guarantee that, you know, these NFTs are going to make anyone millionaires or anything like that. But what I can guarantee you is, you know, we've got a very honest team of people. You know, we're all fully doxed. Yeah, we've all been in the space for a long time, and we're working really, really hard on this project, and we're going to do everything in our power to make it a success.
Okay, cool. Very appreciate it. Thank you very much. And so I just DM'd the Commonwealth about the whitelist spot.
Yeah, just send a DM with your address and just say that you want a whitelist spot in the AMA, and the technical team will whitelist your wallet.
Oh, thank you very much, Jonathan. Appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome, man. Thanks a lot.
Have a good day.
Cool, guys. Yeah, I've got to get into some meetings, so we'll have time for one more question. I see. Is that Kenneth? Would you like to ask a question?
Hello?
Kenneth, just go on mute.
Can
Yeah, Kenneth, I don't know what happened there. Kenneth, I don't know exactly what happened there, but I had to put you on mute. There's some. Yes, hi, Kenneth.
Yeah,
There
I
was
would
some
like to
very.
know if there is
Kenneth,
a.
slowly. Kenneth,
Okay.
Kenneth,
Yeah.
just slow down. There's
Okay.
some very strange noises coming from your side, but
Okay.
it seems a bit better now. So just ask your questions slowly because it's not the best connection.
Okay. I would like to know if there is a maximum cap one can mint on the second series. I hear you have I think 999 per day. So I'm worried because I don't know if our Ethereum is somehow slower in transaction compared to some second layers like Arbitrum and Optimism and Polygon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Very good.
if
Very
a
good
lot of
question.
us are trying to mint within the first hour, wouldn't it be somehow delayed, and wouldn't it cause us not to be able to achieve that?
Very, very good question. We have had internal meetings about this. At the moment, there is no cap for how many NFTs one wallet can mint. But if after the first day we see that people are buying like 100 or 200 at a time, and that only 5 or 6 wallets manage to buy NFTs, we will limit it to 2 or 3 per wallet. So our intentions are that we're going to give a fair chance for everyone to get an NFT. But at the moment, we're in a very bad market, and we don't want to limit someone that wants to go buy 7, and then, 8 hours into the sale, we've only sold 35. But a guy, was willing to buy 100 himself, but we've put a cap on it. So for day one, we don't have a limit. But if, there's like a whole congestion and everyone's trying to buy them all at once and they sell out in 30 seconds, then from day 2 onwards, there will be a cap to make sure that everyone gets.
Okay.
Kenneth, do you have a whitelist spot?
No, I don't have. I would appreciate it.
Just send a DM to the Commonwealth official page,
Okay.
on the Twitter, and I will make sure that you get a whitelist spot.
Thank you so much.
And if you've got a whitelist spot, you will be able to get one on one of the days, so you don't need to worry.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
appreciate.
thank you. Thank you very much. Cool, guys. I see that almost done has come back on stage, so I don't want to leave him hanging. You know, this is the last question I'm going to take for today. Do you want to just ask your question there, mate?
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, sorry, my connection keeps dropping me out, but yeah, I've enjoyed what I've heard. I just want to say I agree earlier with what you said about the Medium articles. They've really helped me realise the utility of this NFT, so I won't be selling mine. But my question is about the mint next week. So I'll be lucky enough to be on the whitelist. My plan is to buy 2 on the Monday, and then I get paid 7 days later, so the 29th, and buy 2 then. So the whitelist will be rolling. What Tony said earlier about twice, he just meant on the same day, didn't he? So you can't buy one.
Yeah, so it's a good question. So what our technical team have done is, sorry, our dev team is, they have made it that you don't have to use your whitelist on day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can use it on day 6 or day 7. But once you've used it, you can't use it again.
Right.
So if you use your whitelist on day 1 and you go mint 2 and you're waiting to get paid, you're going to have to
just take my chances on the 29th.
You're going to have to take your chances and try to buy it in the public sale. But listen, we're going to be doing spaces throughout the week. And I know that you've been a part of our community for a long time and you always ask great questions. So if you just come onto one of our spaces next week after you've minted, I will give you another whitelist spot so that you can mint again.
Oh, that's very kind of you. That is very kind, but I don't mind taking my chances, to be honest. I'm already on them. You know, I've got a whitelist for day 1, so that's very kind of you. But there's lots of people who haven't got that chance, so that's cool. But thank you.
Yeah, cool. Let's just see how it goes. But yeah, great to have you part of the community. And yeah, I love answering your questions. So we look forward to next week, everyone.
Thank you.
If anyone does have more questions or they want to find out more information, please join our Telegram. I'm sure most of you are already Telegram members. Ask as many questions as your heart desires in there. Follow our Twitter page. We've got some really exciting announcements coming next week. I think Miles is going to be doing 1 or 2 videos as well, explaining more about Commonwealth next week. So look out for those. And yeah, guys, let's just all hope that we have a successful mint. And thank you all for being part of the community. And yeah, we're all looking forward to this journey together. I see that Bojan has requested to speak. Do you want to ask a question quickly? I've got 2 minutes. No. Bojan, you're on mute. Do you want to just ask a question quickly before I've got to go?
Yeah, hi everyone. Sorry, my mic was muted. I'm new to the space and to the project, and I was just wondering, since I really like the concept and this was very informative space. Now I'm just wondering and maybe I'm asking a stupid question, and I apologize, but I'm wondering if I pick up a first edition, a Genesis NFT from OpenSea, will that get me on the whitelist for the Monday mint?
Yes, if all Gen 1s will be automatically whitelisted. The only issue that I have, and Tony's not here anymore, so I don't want to give you incorrect information, is I don't know when the snapshot has been done. I don't know if it's already been completed. Maybe the host can answer that question if they have that information. I don't know. Is that Connor or Ian? Do you have that information if the snapshot has already been done?
Hey, it's Connor here. No, I'm not aware of it. That's not my department, but send us a DM and we can figure it out.
Yeah, Bojan, it's a very good question. I actually can't answer it, and I don't want to give you incorrect information. And I definitely don't want you to go and buy Gen 1, just to get a whitelist. So just to be safe, just DM the Commonwealth your address, and I'll make sure that you're on the whitelist. if you do want to go buy Gen 1, they are really cool and the utility is insane. I don't want to stop you from doing that, but if you were just doing it to get a whitelist, I would hate you to go and buy one and the snapshot has already been done. So yeah, just please send a DM to the Commonwealth and I'll make sure that you're on the
Good.
whitelist.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And
Yeah.
yeah, I had another question, but I'm driving and I lost my focus. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna step off now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries. I've got to go anyway, but everyone, thanks so much for joining. As I said, you know, this is a small community that's growing. I think everyone that is here early and participating in all these spaces and reading all the Medium articles and following everything on Twitter, I think you will be handsomely rewarded in the future. That's my hope. So thanks so much, and please do continue to join and ask as many questions as possible. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you in our next spaces. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.